You're sabotaging your own influence every time you open your mouth, and you don't even realize it. While you're busy explaining, justifying, and oversharing, truly powerful people are mastering something entirely different. The art of strategic silence, combined with absolute self-control, is what Napoleon Hill discovered that will shock you. The most influential people in history weren't the loudest in the room. They were the ones who controlled their mouth, mind, mood, and money with laser precision. Today, you're going to learn the 4 pillars of self-mastery that separate those who command respect from those who desperately seek it. By the time this video ends, you'll understand why saying less gives you more power than you ever imagined, and you'll have specific techniques to start building quiet authority that people can't ignore. The question isn't whether this works. Hill proved it through studying 500+ millionaires. The question is, are you ready to stop being controlled by your impulses and start controlling your destiny? In a world that values noise over wisdom, speaking less becomes the ultimate power move for those who understand influence. You've probably noticed that the most powerful people in any room aren't the ones talking the most. They're the ones choosing their words with laser-sharp precision. When everyone else is clamoring for attention, desperate to be heard, your restraint becomes your secret weapon. Silence isn't the absence of strength, it's the presence of self-control that commands respect without demanding it. Think about this. When you speak less, people actually lean in more, hanging on every word because they know you don't waste them on meaningless chatter. Napoleon Hill discovered through studying millionaires that true influence comes from observation, not domination through words. When you master the art of strategic silence, you gain something invaluable: the power to listen, to observe, to understand what others are really saying beyond their words. While everyone else is busy talking, you're busy collecting information, reading body language, understanding motivations that others miss completely. This gives you an unfair advantage in negotiations, relationships, and decision-making because you see the whole picture while others are blind to the details. Your silence creates space for others to reveal their true intentions, their weaknesses, their deepest desires. YouTube. The psychological impact of speaking less goes far deeper than most people realize. When you remain quiet in conversations, you create tension. Not negative tension, but the kind that makes people second-guess themselves, wonder what you're thinking, respect your mysterious presence. This isn't about being antisocial or withdrawn. It's about being strategic with your most powerful resource, your voice. Every word you don't say preserves your energy for the moments when your voice will truly matter. Have you ever noticed how when quiet people finally speak, everyone stops and listens? That's the kind of presence you're building when you choose speaking less over speaking more. Your mind is either your greatest ally or your worst enemy. There's no middle ground when it comes to mental discipline and achieving extraordinary success. Most people drift through life letting their thoughts run wild, like having a runaway horse pulling their life's wagon in random directions. Mental control isn't about suppressing thoughts, it's about directing them with the same precision a conductor directs an orchestra. When you develop mind control, you're not just changing how you think, you're revolutionizing how you experience every moment of your existence. The difference between successful people and everyone else often comes down to one thing: their ability to control their mental state, regardless of external circumstances. Napoleon Hill emphasized that your mind is like fertile soil. It will grow whatever seeds you plant in it, whether positive or negative. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, that's exactly what will flourish in your life experience. But when you consciously plant seeds of confidence, possibility, and determination, your mind becomes a garden of opportunity that attracts success naturally. Here's a practical technique you can start today. Spend 5 minutes each morning visualizing your ideal day before it begins. seeing yourself handling challenges with calm confidence, achieving your goals with ease, interacting with others from a place of strength rather than insecurity. Your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and reality, so you're literally programming yourself for success. The real secret to mind control lies in understanding that your thoughts create your emotions. Your emotions drive your actions, and your actions determine your results. This means that by controlling your thoughts, you're actually controlling your entire life experience from the inside out. When negative thoughts arise, and they will, don't fight them or judge yourself for having them. Instead, acknowledge them briefly and then consciously redirect your attention to thoughts that serve your highest good. It's like being the security guard of your own mind, deciding which thoughts get permission to stay and which ones need to be escorted out immediately. Can you imagine how different your life would be if you only allowed thoughts that empowered you, inspired you, and moved you closer to your dreams? YouTube. Your mood isn't something that happens to you. It's something you choose, and this choice determines whether you'll rise above life's challenges or be crushed by them. Most people treat their mood like the weather, thinking it's completely outside their control. But successful individuals understand that mood mastery is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. When you can maintain a positive, resilient mood regardless of external circumstances, you become virtually unstoppable because your inner state remains strong while others crumble under pressure. Your mood is like the foundation of a house. If it's solid, everything else you build on top of it will be stable and strong. YouTube. The fascinating thing about mood management is that it's directly connected to your physical body and your daily habits. Napoleon Hill understood that your mood is influenced by what you eat, how much you move, the quality of your sleep, and even how you breathe throughout the day. When you're feeling low or discouraged, try this simple technique. Change your posture immediately. Stand tall, shoulders back, chin up, and take 5 deep breaths while thinking of 3 things you're grateful for right now. Your body language literally rewires your brain chemistry, flooding you with confidence-boosting hormones that naturally elevate your mood. The connection between your physical state and emotional state is so powerful that you can actually fake it until you make it by simply changing how you carry yourself. YouTube resilience isn't about being tough all the time. It's about bouncing back faster when life knocks you down. Think of resilient people like a rubber ball. The harder they're thrown against the ground, the higher they bounce back up. You build this kind of resilience by reframing every setback as setup for a comeback, every failure as valuable feedback, every rejection as redirection towards something better. When challenges arise, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" start asking, "What is this teaching me? And how can I use this experience to become stronger?" This simple shift in perspective transforms you from a victim of circumstances into a student of life, always growing, always learning, always becoming more capable than you were before. What challenge in your life right now could actually be preparing you for something amazing? Money isn't just numbers in your bank account. It's a reflection of your relationship with value, self-worth, and your ability to provide value to others. Most people have a broken relationship with money because they see it as scarce, evil, or something that only lucky people attract. But Napoleon Hill discovered that wealthy people think about money completely differently than everyone else. They see money as a tool for freedom, a means to serve others at a higher level, and a natural result of providing massive value to the world. Your money mindset determines not just how much money you make, but how much you keep, how wisely you use it, and whether it brings you joy or stress in your daily life. The first step in money management isn't budgeting or investing. It's developing what Hill called money consciousness. This means thinking about money the way successful people think about it, as energy that flows toward value creation rather than something you chase or hoard out of fear. Start tracking every dollar that comes in and goes out, not to restrict yourself, but to become conscious of your money patterns and decisions. When you're aware of where your money goes, you can start directing it toward things that actually improve your life rather than drain it. Successful people don't just earn money, they respect it, manage it wisely, and use it strategically to create more opportunities for themselves and others. Here's something most people never realize. Your relationship with money mirrors your relationship with yourself. If you don't value yourself, you'll undercharge for your services, accept less than you deserve, and make financial decisions from a place of fear rather than wisdom. But when you develop genuine self-worth, you naturally start making better financial choices because you believe you deserve abundance and you're willing to do what it takes to create it responsibly. Start this week by paying yourself first, even if it's just $10, before you pay any bills or spend money on anything else. This simple act programs your subconscious mind to prioritize your financial future and builds the habit of treating yourself like your most important investment. How would your financial decisions change if you truly believed you deserved to be wealthy? YouTube True Influence isn't about convincing people to do what you want. It's about becoming the kind of person others naturally want to follow and learn from. The most influential people in history weren't necessarily the loudest or most charismatic. They were the ones who had mastered themselves so completely that their presence alone inspired others to rise higher. When you combine mindful communication with unwavering self-discipline, you create a magnetic energy that draws people toward you because they sense your authenticity and inner strength. Influence isn't something you can fake or force. It's something you earn through consistent demonstration of character, wisdom, and genuine care for others' well-being. YouTube mindful communication means every word you speak serves a purpose, either to encourage, to educate, to inspire, or to solve a problem. Napoleon Hill observed that influential people waste very few words on gossip, complaints, or meaningless chatter because they understand that their words carry weight, and they refuse to diminish their impact through careless speech. Before you speak, ask yourself, will these words build up or tear down? Will they move the conversation forward or drag it backward? Will they reflect the kind of person I want to be known as? When you discipline yourself to only speak words that align with your highest values, people begin to trust your judgment because they know you don't speak carelessly or without consideration. Self-discipline is the invisible force that transforms average people into extraordinary leaders because it demonstrates that you can govern yourself before trying to guide others. When people see that you keep your commitments to yourself, that you do what you say you'll do, when you say you'll do it, regardless of how you feel, they develop deep respect for your character. This kind of influence is far more powerful than any manipulation technique because it's based on genuine strength rather than clever tactics. Start building this influence by making small commitments to yourself and keeping them religiously. Exercise for 20 minutes daily, read for 30 minutes, practice gratitude before bed. As you prove to yourself that you're reliable, others will naturally begin to see you as someone worth following. What small commitment could you make to yourself today that would start building your influence immediately? Now you have the 5 fundamental principles that can completely transform your relationship with power and influence. But here's where most people fail. They consume this knowledge like entertainment and then do absolutely nothing with it. Knowledge without action is just intellectual decoration, pretty to look at, but utterly useless for building the life you actually want. The difference between those who achieve extraordinary success and those who remain stuck in mediocrity isn't access to information, It's the courage to implement what they learn consistently, even when they don't feel like it. YouTube. Your journey to true influence starts with a simple decision. Will you continue being controlled by your impulses, your emotions, your circumstances, or will you take control of your mouth, mind, mood, and money starting today? Napoleon Hill's research proves that self-mastery is the foundation of all lasting success. But self-mastery requires daily practice, not just good intentions. Choose one area, whether it's speaking less, managing your thoughts, controlling your mood, or handling your money wisely, and commit to improving it for the next 30 days. Small, consistent actions compound into massive transformations over time. YouTube. This channel is dedicated to helping ambitious people like you unlock their full potential through Napoleon Hill's timeless principles applied to modern life. If you're serious about building real influence, developing unshakable self-discipline, and creating success on your own terms, subscribe and hit that notification bell because your transformation requires continuous learning and reinforcement. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 4 areas, mouth, mind, mood, or money, you're going to master first, because your commitment in writing is the first step toward making it real. Remember, you can't control what happens to you, but you can absolutely control how you respond, and that response determines everything.